I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Hey, what's up, nerds? Today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest beaters from early Magic. So back in the wild days of Magic, the Gathering, before power creep and flashy mythics and all those planeswalkers, there was one creature that ruled the battlefield. A 5/5 for 4 mana, no gimmicks, no conditions, just pure, raw, terrifying power. This is Juzám Djinn, the original king of early beatdown. But how does he stack up against other early Magic creatures? Was Juzam truly the best? So why was this card such a big deal? First off, stats. In the early 90s, getting a 5/5 creature for 4 mana was nearly unheard of. No summoning conditions, no expensive activation costs, no weird drawbacks. Lie! Okay, fine. Technically, Juzam does 1 damage to you every upkeep.
Oh! Ow!
But let's be honest. When you're swinging for 5 damage every turn, you do not care. Black decks that ran Juzam were not here for the long game. They were here to end you fast. All right, let's put Juzam to the test against some of its biggest competitors from early Magic. Serra Angel costs you 5 mana. It's a 4/4. It's got flying and vigilance. It's a great classic card. Serra's flying and vigilance made her a fantastic control card. But Juzam, he hit harder, cost 1 less mana, and didn't care about fancy tricks. And White didn't have that ability to play Dark Rituals and spring him out on turn 1 or 2. The Sengir Vampire versus Juzám Djinn. Now, the Sengir Vampire is one of my favorite cards of all time, and I absolutely adore the original art. It did cost you 5 mana. It was 4/4, it had flying, and it had that whole, like, vampire effect where it grew every time you damaged someone. Sengir was a cool card, but let's be real, it was just a hair worse. More mana, less power, needed to work harder to grow stronger. It wasn't a terrible card. It was actually probably the closest one on this list to Juzam, in my opinion, especially because it's black, and black had that ability to, like, ramp your cards out fast with your Dark Rituals. You didn't have to have, like, super fancy Power 9 cards to make that happen. And if you did, well, it was game fucking over for your opponent.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Of course, we have round 3. It's the Shivan Dragon, because everybody knows this guy. Costs you 6 mana. It's a 5/5. It has flying and fire breathing. Anyway, yeah, it's cool. It has flying. It has fire breathing, which is pretty awesome. But let's be honest. The cost? 4 colorless and 2 red? That's no joke. And it's going to take you a while to get him on the board. Not to mention, every time you decide to use that fire breathing effect, it's going to cost you even more mana. So Shivan is cool. It's just not as fast, not as deadly. All right, now we got to go up against another Djinn. This one is Mahamoti Djinn. Costs you 6 mana, gives you a 5/6 flyer. It's a great card, sure. Big stats, but those 6 mana, whoo. By the time Mahamoti hit the table, Juzam was already done. Game was over.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
So I ask, was Juzám Djinn the best early creature? If you wanted speed, aggression, and pure flex, the resounding answer was yes. I know we've got lots of cards now that have more power for less mana and all sorts of extra conditions, but this was early Magic. It was the Wild West. Those things didn't exist yet. Juzam wasn't just good, it was feared. Competitive decks ran it, collectors coveted it, and to this day, it's an absolute icon of old school Magic. It's still legendary. The art, the power, and yes, the nostalgia. So what do you think? Was this the best creature in early Magic, or do you have a different favorite? And hey, if you love old school Magic like I do, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around for more deep dives into some of the best cards from the early days. You guys are awesome out there. I love talking to you about old school Magic. We'll see you soon.